Okay, so what are the barriers to our users? Why are we looking at this? Why are companies looking at Lync or unified communications? What's really pushing us out there? And first and foremost is distributed teams and customers and partner relations, right? The days of everybody showing up to a brick and mortar building are dying. Every year it grows more and more. Again, same Gartner reports and Forrester reports, if you go back and look at them, 65% of people will work remotely some percentage of the time by 2016, right? Two-thirds of the workforce will be in some way, shape, or form remote staff or have some time that they are remote. So how do we deal with that? And then when you think about talent acquisition, right? If you're limited to a certain geography, well, from an employee standpoint, you're limited to the talent that's available to you in that geography. The more you're able to manage and deal with distributed teams and hire talent where it is, you open yourself up to get the best and the brightest. And more companies are pushing this direction. Right? So how do you do it? Here I am. I'm sitting just north of Providence, Rhode Island. New Signature's headquartered out of D.C. We have employees out west in the Mountain West district of Microsoft. We have people down in Richmond, all the way up through Maine. Right? How do you manage and how do you deal with a collaborative team? So that's the first thing that's really pushing us. Second is high cost of communications. When we talk about, PBX replacement or telephony replacement, or when we're talking about our SIP trunks and all the various parts of our communication strategy, it really is a huge cost to the organization. And how do we drive that down? How do we find some cost savings? I haven't met a customer yet where the phrase more with less was not uttered at least some point in the relationship. How do I do more with less? How do I spend less money but get more out of what I'm doing? And we'll show you some ways and talk about some ways we can do that. And then the other big piece is lack of integration. When you think about the different modalities that we have to manage as end users, right? Every user has a cell phone now. We have a desk phone or an office line. We have multiple email addresses, Facebook, Twitter, up and down the line of the different forms of communication that we are managing as individuals. And the more we can bring those together, the more those can integrate, the easier my life becomes as an employee. I now have less to think about. That also goes along the line of look and feel. The more I can unify the look and feel of all of these applications, the more I can simplify it and make it feel the same regardless of the device you're on, the easier I make training and adoption. Right? So I'd also put into this lack of integration training and adoption and my ability to tolerate the different modalities.